everybody. This is Brent back with a long overdue episode of KILLEBREW'N. That's right. This is where I enjoy a tasty brew and talk about my favorite player, Harman Killebrew. This is a special episode because this is actually also tied in to my man Greg GW573. He's having a contest. His contest is, I want to see your top 10 cards in your collection. Well, Greg is a fellow Killebrew collector. The 573 in his name is actually an homage to how many home runs Harman's hit, 573. So I figured, what a great opportunity to show my top 10 Harman Killebrew cards in my collection, because I think Greg might appreciate that. So I'm going to dive into that here in a second. But first, if it's KILLEBREW'N, we got to have a brew. And what's tonight's brew? Well, you know how I like to do. Celebrate the local. This is a 1982 Amber Ale from the hop capital of the United States, Yakima, Washington. Shout out to my nearby neighbor, Eloy the Goat, from nearby Selah, Washington, which is just down the street from Yakima, which is just down the street from where I live. 1982 Amber Ale. That's right. Get out your favorite mixtape and your lion tattoos and your neons, and let's enjoy. So here's to you. 1982. That was a good year. I was 12. Actually, that was one of the first years that I really started getting into collecting. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, 1982 Amber Ale. I'm not a huge Amber Ale fan, but it was pretty good, pretty smooth, and very local and very nostalgic. So cheers. So before I get into these top 10, I do have the 1974 on-card auto that started my beautiful journey into collecting Harman Killebrew. So I'll always have to have that as one of my top 10, regardless. So that is the kind of grandfathered in emeritus member of the top 10. And as you can see by the title of this video, this is my top 10 of all time, parentheses, this week, meaning this could change next week. It's actually, I wanted to do this video for Greg about a week and a half ago, and this life got busy and crazy. And 3 of the cards I had picked out, I have changed since. So there's about 5 cards that I think that are pretty firmly entrenched in my top 10. The other 5 are pretty interchangeable. I'm actually just going to go through my top 10, not really a 10-to-1 ranking, because I just think that's too hard and too unfair to myself. So I'm just going to show you my top 10 of all time, parentheses, this week. So a couple of modern cards first. This is a 2014 Archives Gold Refractor. I've showed this a couple times before, and I just love the 1989 homage. I don't know why this card just always does it for me, but I just think this is just a beautiful card of Harman. Numbered out of 199. I don't really care that it's numbered. I've just always had a soft spot for this gold refractor of Harman. Maybe it's because it is the 89s that I was so fond of at the time, but that is one of my favorite modern Harmans that I have in the collection. Next is another one that I've shown in previous KILLEBREW'Ns. This is from 2005, and the only thing better than a sweet Harman Killebrew autograph is to have a fellow legend accompany you with an autograph. That is Rodney Cline Carew. See if I can get that to focus there. Dual signature, dual relic. This is numbered out of 10. This is the 2005 MLB Artifacts dual signature from Upper Deck. There is nothing to hate about this card, only so much to love. Goodness sakes, this is a favorite of mine. From 2005 Upper Deck, dual signatures, Harmon Clayton Killebrew, Rodney Klein Carew. Boom. All right. And then I have a couple more modern cards to show here of autographs. This is a 2004 Heritage Real One Auto in red. And this is obviously the Heritage replica of Harmon's 1955 rookie card with a beautiful red auto, 53 out of 55. And there are many that will agree with me, and those who don't know that it's very close to being one of the best autographs in the business. Just clean, beautiful every single time. What a great looking auto. What a great looking card. Love it in the red. Good stuff. Another modern auto. This is from 2004. This is a World Series highlights. It's got that shine. This is an homage to his 1965 home run in Game 4. Just going to let that dazzle you out here for a second. Show the pack here. I like this card because it has the actual box score from that game. Pretty cool. October 10th, 1965. From 2004 Topps. Another beautiful autograph. All right, time for some vintage. Here is his 1965 Topps. Just one of my favorite sets, and I just really like this picture of Harmon. It's just a beautiful looking card in every way imaginable. Just one of my favorites of his. This is PSA 6. Pretty darn good looking for a PSA 6 too. Really happy to have this one. Always going to be one of my favorite vintage Harmon Killebrews, 1965. Next up, this is a card that most people, if they are blessed to have it for the two other players that are on the card besides Harmon. I'm definitely in the minority in wanting to get this card because it has Harmon on it. For others, he's probably an afterthought, but unfortunate as it is, I kind of get it when you share a card with Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle. 1968 Superstars, Killebrew, Mays, and Mantle. There's not too many cards in existence that just have, I know there's some others that have shared players, but for me, it's tough to top that. And I know I have other Killebrew collectors that would agree, but even those Mays and Mantle guys out there, this is a pretty special card regardless. A lot of home run hitting power on one piece of cardboard from 1968 Topps Superstars. All right, so we have down to the final four. So next up is, of course, you got to have his rookie. One of the first graded cards, actually. Yes, the first graded card I had of Harmon is his 1955 rookie card. So I've had this for quite a while. Just a beautiful, beautiful card. What a set 1955 Topps is for rookies. presents pretty well, I think. Not too shabby. Always gonna love and appreciate and feel blessed to own his rookie card in a PSA 5. All right. So the last three are actually larger size cards, oversized cards, whatever you like to call them. This next one, number 3 in the countdown, is a very rare card. This is his 1961 Peter's Meats hand cut. This was a Minnesota local release. These actually came on hot dog wrappers, or the cardboard that went around the hot dogs. Let's blank back. A lot of times you can find these connected to the actual yellow wraparound that would go around the hot dogs. I did a video on this card last year or sometime. A bunch of twins. This is number 18 out of 26. This is by far the most valuable because it is Harmon Killebrew. Back in 1961, there was no Carew or Oliva yet, so he was kind of the guy. But really cool card. Pretty stinking rare and in good condition. There's not too many of these slabbed. So, always love that one. This next one holds a cool place in my collection because this is something that I rarely submit cards for grading. And I submitted this one to SGC last year. And this was, I have all of his exhibits. And if you've seen some of my videos where I've talked about it, I'm a big fan of exhibits postcards. And this is one of the rarest. This is a 1962 Pittsburgh exhibits. These were only available in the Pittsburgh area. I believe in and I know I'm going to misquote this. I know Mangini could help me out here. I was like at a fairgrounds in Pittsburgh where you could get these. This is the 5 of Hearts. This graded in a SGC 4, which, you know, was about what I thought it would get. So really happy with that. Of course, blank back. Pretty stinking rare. I have his other 3 exhibits. There's a stats back, there's a portrait, there's a batting and a throwing. But this is by far his rarest, and just really stoked and happy to have this in the collection. 1962 Pittsburgh exhibits, 5 of Hearts. All right, and last but not least, I showed his rookie card just a moment ago, but he technically has another rookie card. And I've always just absolutely adored this card. This is his 1955 Topps doubleheader. This has Killebrew, of course, and Johnny Padres. If you don't know how these cards work, there's a perforation right here, and you can fold it over, and on the back, you can make another player out of it. So they got the stats right here. Harmon, Johnny Padres, no previous professional experience. So this is his rookie from his rookie year, 1955. Really surprised that they even made a card of him. He was what they called a bonus baby. So when they were signed directly out of high school, and when they had to go straight to the majors, they had to play for 2 years. That was part of the contract. So he didn't have any minor league experience. So he went straight from high school to the majors. And he was kind of like, I guess, you know, the big prospect at the time. So even back in 1955, Topps was trying to get on the prospect train. And he was definitely the guy that they chose. And I'm glad they did, because this is a really fun card. And super stoked to have it in the collection. So there you have it. There is my top 10 Harmon Killebrew cards of all time, parentheses, this week. Check out Greg, that's GW573. He's a really cool dude. He does a lot of good stuff. He shows off his Killebrews, and he has some good vintage and some modern. And he's doing a contest, like I said, to show off your top 10 cards in your collection. So I will put a link to his channel down below. go check out Greg GW573. I know you'll be glad you did. Thank you for stopping by and watching another episode of KILLEBREW'N. Cheers. I appreciate you all. Have a good one. All right. Take care.